A sudden fever, a child with a persistent cough, a deep cut from working in the fields. What's your first instinct? For most of us, it's a trip to the doctor, a call to the emergency room, or a quick search for a trusted pharmaceutical remedy. But imagine a community where pharmacies are rare, hospitals are distant, and the first line of defense against illness comes not from a pill bottle, but from the wisdom of generations, the herbs of the garden, and the strength of faith. This isn't ancient history. This is the Amish approach to health and healing. Young Samuel, barely a man at 17, had been splitting firewood, a routine chore on his family's farm. But a moment of distraction, a slippery handle, sent the axe blade glancing off the log and deep into his shin. Blood quickly soaked through his dark wool trousers, staining the wood chips. There was no phone to dial 911. No ambulance would come down the long gravel lane. The family did not panic. They moved with a practiced calm, guided by generations of wisdom and faith. His father Jacob was at his side, weathered hands assessing the wound. He called to his wife Sarah, already turning from the porch. She slipped inside the simple farmhouse to her well-stocked apothecary. The response was immediate and communal. A younger brother ran to fetch a skilled neighbor. Another sibling brought clean cloths. Another brought a bucket of well water. Quiet, focused activity, a system of care that relies on people, not protocols. Sarah returned with a poultice of freshly crushed comfrey leaves. Close up, comfrey, the plant called knitbone. She also carried a jar of homemade salve and clean linen strips for binding. The neighbor Eli arrived, bringing calm. He had treated injuries for decades. He examined Samuel's leg. He spoke in Pennsylvania Dutch, low and reassuring. He confirmed the bone was not broken, without an X-ray. The community expert applied time-tested knowledge. This stark incident reveals the core of Amish healthcare, a system embedded in daily life that prioritizes self-reliance, community support, and trust in natural remedies. The Amish approach to health is not a collection of random folk remedies. It is a direct extension of their core beliefs. Simplicity, a deep connection to the natural world, and an unshakable faith in God. Health, in their view, is not merely the absence of disease, but a state of balance, body, mind, spirit, and community. They believe that God, as the ultimate creator and healer, provides what is necessary for a healthy life. This belief, known as Gelassenheit, or submission to God's will, encourages acceptance of life's hardships, including illness, while also fostering a sense of responsibility to care for the bodies they have been given. This philosophy manifests in their daily routines. The Amish live lives of physical labor, working the land from sunrise to sunset. This constant activity provides a natural form of exercise integrated into their purpose, not set aside for an hour at a gym. Their diet consists largely of whole foods, grown in their own gardens and raised on their farms, fresh, seasonal produce, unprocessed meats, and whole grains, free from preservatives, artificial additives, and excessive sugars. This simple, natural way of living is their first line of defense against illness, a preventative medicine that is woven into the very fabric of their existence and cultural identity. The Amish home is rarely without a well-stocked supply of natural remedies, many of which originate from their own meticulously tended gardens and surrounding fields. The Amish Doctor Book, a handwritten journal passed down through families, is a treasured possession, filled with recipes for salves, tinctures, teas, poultices. These books are living documents, updated with each generation's experiences and discoveries. Knowledge of herbalism is a vital skill, and certain individuals within the community are recognized for their particular expertise. They become the local healers, the first point of contact for everything from a child's colic to a farmer's aching joints. A persistent cough might be treated with a tea made from mullein leaves. A fever could be managed with peppermint tea or catnip tea. For digestive troubles, chamomile and ginger root are staples. Skin irritations, rashes, and minor burns are often treated with a salve made from calendula flowers or plantain leaves. The creation of these remedies is a craft in itself. Herbs are harvested at their peak potency, carefully dried in bunches hanging from the rafters, and stored in airtight jars, away from sunlight. Salves are made by infusing herbs into oils or fats like lard over a low heat, then adding beeswax to create a stable, spreadable ointment. Tinctures involve soaking herbs in alcohol or vinegar for several weeks to extract their potent medicinal compounds. It is a hands-on personal practice that connects the healer directly to the source of the medicine, reinforcing their trust in its efficacy. One of the most famous Amish remedies is a dark, potent salve known as black drawing salve or hoodoo salve. It typically contains ingredients like activated charcoal, calendula, comfrey. It is used to draw out impurities from the body. It is applied to splinters, boils, and even venomous insect bites, with the belief that it will pull the foreign object or toxin to the surface of the skin. While its mechanisms may not be fully understood by modern science, generations of Amish have sworn by its effectiveness. In the Amish world, healthcare is a communal act. When a person falls ill or is injured, the responsibility for their care extends far beyond the immediate family. Neighbors arrive without being asked, bringing meals to ensure the family is fed, taking over chores in the barn and fields, and helping to care for young children. This web of mutual support, known as mutual aid, is a cornerstone of their society. It ensures that no family has to face a health crisis alone. This support system alleviates logistical burdens and eases emotional strain, allowing full focus on recovery. It is social insurance rooted in relationships, not premiums. This communal approach is clear in childbirth. Most Amish women choose home birth attended by experienced lay midwives from within the community or nearby plain communities. Midwives often learn through apprenticeship, assisting in hundreds of births. They provide comprehensive prenatal care and monitor the mother's health. Home births are natural, comfortable, and spiritually appropriate, not clinical or sterile like a hospital. During birth, the midwife is calm and reassuring. The laboring mother is surrounded by female relatives and close friends. Her mother, her sisters, neighbors. They give emotional support, speak encouragement, fetch cool cloths, and prepare food. That circle creates a nurturing space that empowers the mother. After birth, the network ensures rest and bonding while others manage the household. The community celebrates the new arrival by sharing the load. Beyond midwifery, some individuals develop specialized skills such as bone setting. While a serious, complex fracture will lead to a hospital visit, simpler breaks and dislocations are often handled by a local bone setter. These individuals possess remarkable anatomical knowledge passed down through practice and observation. With their hands, they manipulate a dislocated joint back into place or set a broken bone so it can heal straight. They then immobilize the limb using simple splints and wraps. This traditional practice, once common everywhere, has been preserved within the Amish community, offering another example of their resourceful and self-sufficient approach to everyday injuries. So the common image of the Amish completely shunning modern medicine is, honestly, a bit of a misunderstanding. Their approach isn't one of absolute rejection, but rather, it's careful, selective adoption. You see, the Amish are pragmatic. When it comes to healthcare, they ask one question: is it needful? They weigh benefits against cost, intrusiveness, and disruption to family and community. They're not against technology, but wary of dependence. Medicine is a tool, not the master. For minor conditions, they use traditional remedies first. For serious problems, they seek doctors. Severe farm accident, traumatic injury, complicated childbirth beyond the midwife, heart attack, aggressive cancer, high regard for emergency medicine, quick life-saving care, surgery, when complex intervention is required, dental care, practical necessary treatments. When they engage with the medical system, it's on their terms. They'll travel far to clinics sympathetic to their values. They often pay in cash after negotiating discounts. They don't carry commercial health insurance. Instead, they rely on mutual aid, community pooling of resources. This selective approach extends to preventative care. They typically skip routine health screenings. They often avoid annual checkups. They generally don't join widespread vaccination programs. The closed nature of Amish society, members marrying within the faith, tracing ancestry to a small group of founding families from Europe, has created a unique genetic landscape. This phenomenon, known as the founder effect, means certain rare genetic traits and inherited disorders appear more frequently among the Amish. While this presents significant health challenges, it has become an invaluable resource for medical researchers. One example: Crigler-Najjar syndrome, a rare disorder affecting the liver's processing of bilirubin, leading to severe jaundice. By studying affected Amish families, researchers pinpointed exact genetic mutations. That led to screening and treatment protocols for the Amish and advanced understanding for everyone. The Amish-science relationship is a remarkable cross-cultural collaboration. The Clinic for Special Children in Strasburg, Pennsylvania blends cutting-edge genetics with respect for Amish values. Researchers pinpointed mutations and developed screening and treatment protocols. The collaboration yielded insights into common health issues. Studies of Old Order Amish in Lancaster County found a genetic variant that appears to protect against type 2 diabetes and lower triglyceride levels. Researchers hope studying this gene will lead to therapies for the wider population. The Amish, through unique genetic heritage and pragmatic engagement with science, have become unintentional pioneers on the frontiers of medical discovery. They show tradition and scientific progress can coexist. They trust researchers who built long-term relationships based on mutual respect and a shared goal of healing. Mental health within the Amish community is understood and managed through a lens of faith community and practical support rather than clinical psychology. The Amish do not typically use terms like depression or anxiety disorder. Instead, they may speak of someone having nerve problems or being heavy of heart. They view mental and emotional struggles not as a biochemical imbalance to be corrected with medication, but as a spiritual and emotional burden to be carried by the individual and shared by the community. The causes are often seen as rooted in life's hardships, spiritual struggles, or overwhelming stress. The remedy, therefore, is not found in a therapist's office, but within the familiar embrace of their own social world. The primary source of support for someone struggling mentally is their immediate family and the broader church community. They may sit with the person for hours, listen without judgment, read from the Bible, or simply provide a quiet, comforting companionship. They also offer practical help, taking over the person's chores to relieve them of daily pressures and allow them space to rest and heal. This constant low-key support system works to counteract the isolation that so often accompanies mental illness in the mainstream world. For more severe or persistent mental health issues, the community may turn to a variety of resources that align with their values. They might consult with their bishop, who serves as a spiritual counselor, offering guidance and prayer. In an age of hyper-specialized medicine, soaring healthcare costs, and a growing sense of disconnection, the Amish approach to health offers a powerful and timely counter-narrative. The first lesson we can draw is the profound importance of preventative care rooted in lifestyle. The Amish model reminds us that health is not something we purchase from a doctor or a pharmacy, but something we cultivate daily through physical activity, nourishing food, and a balanced life. Secondly, the Amish demonstrate the incredible power of community and healing. In mainstream society, illness can be isolating and often compounded by financial stress and logistical nightmares. The Amish system of mutual aid mobilizes to support a family in crisis, teaching that healthcare is a communal responsibility. Their model encourages us to strengthen social networks, offer practical support to neighbors facing health challenges, and rebuild the social fabric essential for resilience. Furthermore, their pragmatic use of natural remedies invites us to re-examine our relationship with the natural world. Modern medicine is a gift, but don't dismiss traditional herbalism. The Amish show it's possible to value both. Plants in our backyards and local parks may help common ailments. Their example encourages curiosity about botany and herbal traditions, not as replacement but as complementary practice, empowering personal care and treating minor issues with simple, gentle, effective means. Finally, the Amish philosophy of Gelassenheit, or yieldedness, offers a profound lesson in managing the anxiety that surrounds health and mortality. Their ability to accept that some things are beyond their control, to face illness with faith rather than fear, provides a powerful antidote to our modern obsession with controlling every outcome. This isn't passive resignation, but peaceful acceptance that focuses on what they can do. Care for one another, pray, live each day with purpose, while leaving the ultimate outcome in God's hands. That spiritual grounding builds emotional and psychological resilience missing from our tech-driven, spiritually impoverished approach to medicine. This isn't about rejecting progress, it is about balance. Community, nature, and faith can complement science to create healthier, more resilient societies. Reflecting on the Amish way of health is not about romanticizing their lifestyle or suggesting we should all abandon modern medicine. Rather, it is an invitation to look inward, to our own histories and heritages. The Amish have preserved a system of knowledge that was once commonplace across many cultures. Before the rise of the pharmaceutical industry, every community had its healers, its midwives, and its repository of herbal wisdom. Grandmothers everywhere knew which plants could soothe a cough, which poultice could heal a wound, and which teas could calm a fever. This ancestral knowledge is a shared human inheritance, though for many of us it has been forgotten. The Amish story is a powerful reminder that these traditions hold value. It challenges us to become cultural archaeologists, to dig into our own family histories and cultural backgrounds. What remedies did your great-grandmother use? What stories were told about healing in the village your ancestors came from? Taking the first step can be simple. It might mean planting a small herb garden with chamomile and mint. It could involve talking to the elders in your family or community, asking them what they remember about the old ways of treating sickness. You might find a local class on herbalism or simply pick up a book on the medicinal plants that grow in your region. The goal is not to reject the incredible advances of modern science, but to integrate this older wisdom into our lives, creating a more balanced, resilient, and empowered approach to our own health. It is about reclaiming a piece of our heritage and fostering a deeper connection to the natural world around us. I encourage you to share what you find. What traditional health practices or remedies have been passed down in your family or culture? What stories of healing from your own background can you share? By sharing these fragments of ancestral wisdom, we can begin to piece together a richer, more holistic understanding of health. We can honor our ancestors and, like the Amish, build a bridge between the best of the old ways and the best of the new, creating a healthier future for ourselves and our communities.